AskReddit by vivacious capacity. How the bloody hell do you flirt with men? Stop being subtle. Be direct. Yup. All men are either dumb or scared of being accused of harassment after interpreting things wrong. Honesty is cool. Be honest and direct, unless you wanna see another "this girl was flirting with me and I had no idea" post on Reddit in about 10 years. Maybe even blunt. I find you attractive. Talk to me and let's get to know each other. Just talk. And be blunt. Captain Obvious. We generally suck at picking up subtle hints. My ex has on multiple occasions told me, "Didn't you notice she was hitting on you?" I've never noticed even once. Generally suck at picking up hints as a guy. Either that was more of an explicit given fact. Challenge them to a game of rock paper scissors. Say the loser has to ask the winner on a date. Rock. I usually make him some food and show him my boobs. She was hungry and made pizza. I guess her back hurt because she took off her shirt and bra. I took that as my sign that she wanted to be alone and left. Never heard from her again. 10 years later, fuck, I'm an idiot. I think she was hitting on me. Be super obvious about it. Bro, a girl said she likes me multiple times, as direct as it could be, but I thought she was interested in my matcha tax collection. Just start to talk. About anything. We often like to talk to women. Step 1, message man. No more steps required. You need to be very obvious and blunt. The sheer idea that a woman could be hitting on us is such a foreign concept to most men that it is probably the last thing they expect when you start talking to them. And even then, I usually think that's a prank being pulled out on me. You walk up to us and say, very clearly, "Hello, I'm attracted to you. Here's my number. Please pursue me romantically." If someone did this to me, I'd assume I was being pranked for a TikTok video or something. You can bring a cool looking rock and that will work. Actually, cool rocks are a worthy trade for most things. Enthusiasm. Not fake or manufactured. Interest. Excitement. We live in a pretty sarcastic and non-committal era. People would rather be distracted than interact. If you have a particular guy you're interested in, find out what he's into and figure out what's interesting about it. Otherwise, I know personally I'm attracted in general, not necessarily romantically, to people who light up a room, speak with conviction, and will nerd out with me. A guy asked me if he could pet my dog 6 months ago. I replied with, "Do you wanna go make out in a snowbank? We are now engaged." What kind of dog? Be direct with him. Many men suck at subtle signs. In this day and age, many men tend to be overly cautious with women and tend to not assume interest just because she is being nice. Don't play games or silently judge him if he doesn't flirt back. He may just think you are a nice, friendly person. We have been told for years now that just because she is nice and smiling and speaking to you, doesn't mean she is interested in you. It's not just missing the subtle hints. Some girls act uninterested, evasive and hard to get even when they want to get together. In such a scenario, any dude who isn't a creep is going to back the fuck away. It's like they think it's some kind of game. Ain't no man got time for that shit. Offer him a cookie. Now when he reaches for the cookie, accidentally touch his hand. React surprised to the hand touching while you accidentally touch his arm. Rinse and repeat, until you get to put a cookie in his mouth. Works every time. This honestly would work, LMAO. Say, "Hey, how about some tacos?" Eyebrows. Keep it simple. Think, what would a caveman like? Cook some ribs. Can I just leave a trail of ribs leading to me to find my Prince Charming? That sounds easier. Be as direct as possible. No hints. No games, no double entendres. Weird ends. We're over the whole hard to get BS. If you like us, tell us as plainly as possible. In this day and age, we generally consider it too dangerous to pursue someone playing hard to get. It's hard to try to be romantic when you're not sure if she's teasing you or about to call the police and ruin your entire life because of a sexual harassment charge. No idea. I'm autistic and straight up didn't understand the 2 occasions people tried to flirt with me. How do I know now? I talked about the odd comments and people were like, yeah, they were trying to flirt. LMAO, when I discovered I was autistic, I looked back on all the odd times men were flirting with me or just being awkward around me. Now I can pick up on it better. I'm socially awkward to say the least, but once I had a girl say to me, "Do you need me to cook you breakfast tomorrow?" I was confused and said thanks, but I know how to cook, and walked away. Is this a joke? Men are more simple than the first round of Simon. I mean, part of it is, but I wanted to see both jokey and real advice. Ask him to show you his Lego collection. He has one. And if he doesn't, that's not the kind of man you want to be flirting with anyway. Let's hold on a sec. Most men aren't going to be able to handle the cognitive dissonance of a woman asking to be let into the secret sanctuary. Just say hi. We men usually mix up kindness with flirting. It's true, we tend to have limited experience with both. But if attracted at all to the other party, are also often optimists. Say words. Deleted. I was once swayed by a young woman who had the clever yet cheeky pickup line of, "I really like your shirt." Touching. Women use that trick all the time. Touch his shoulder. If he's muscular, ask him if he works out and ask if you can touch his muscles. Then compliment. Be a little coquettish and find ways to make contact. Men may be stupid as hell interpreting messages, but touching is an obvious way to let someone know you're into them. So if I'm on a plane and a pretty woman in the seat next to me smiles and touches my chest, does that mean she was flirting with me? Put one hand on each side of man's face. Look man directly in eyes. Say to man, "I'm attracted to you and I'd like to go on a date with you." Some variation of that. Be direct. I thought I was hideous for a while in college because I was flirting with a guy for ages and he never picked up on it. Finally I just said, "I think you're cute and I'd love to take you out for a drink sometime." Boom. Done. There are some women out there who I'm fairly sure have flirted with me or shown interest, but I don't follow up because I don't know which ones. I can't tell being friendly apart from flirting. It's got to be obvious. I'm not a game player. I don't want to lose friends acquaintances to misinterpreted communications. Anything less subtle than an elevator look and a wink with bedroom eyes and I'm just going to err on the side of caution and assume that you're just a kind and friendly person who doesn't want to be hit on by every guy she talks to. You really do gotta hit us over the head with it. A few years ago I paid for the purchases of a guy I knew, and he still remembers it and thanks me. I walked into the office of my work crush and started talking nonsense, waiting for him to be like, "What do you need?" He never got to it, so I started to leave. Then finally he asked, "Why did you stop by?" I replied with, "To look at you." I've never seen a man turn so many shades of red. It was perfect and we ended up seeing each other for a while. Just be direct, it catches them so off guard. Poke his nose and go boop, then run away giggling. You could do what my wife did. Wanna see my boobs? Note, she was not my wife when she asked. Smack me upside the head if you're interested. I can't pick up on anything subtler. Talk. Listen. Smile. Say what you think. And the most important part, if you like someone, say that. It's that easy. Depends on the person. Some of us are fucking dense. Like, Naked chick in the hot tub asking us to get in and asking why the fuck would I do that dance. I'm in this picture and I don't like it. Gotta do the bend and snap. It's got a 98% effectiveness in getting a man's attention. And, when used appropriately, it's got an 83% rate in return on a dinner invitation. And try not to smash the dude in the face with your skull. No effing clue. Being a gay man makes it 100x harder. Like, are you just having some banter with me or you flirting? Grab his dick and twist it. Tits. Deleted. Subtlety is your biggest enemy. Be direct. Give the man a genuine compliment and tell him you are interested in dating him. Write a note that says, "Are you interested in me?" Comma yes. Comma no. Include a photo of yourself to avoid confusion. Then, and this is the most crucial step, tie that note to a brick and throw it at the head of the man in question. If that doesn't get his attention, he isn't interested, and you can move on to the next victim, guy. Most men are so starved for attention we will literally fall in love if you show any interest at all. Ask a question, "Hey, what do you do for fun?" and sit back and be amazed at how we absolutely light up that someone has shown interest. If you want to be daring at all, touch our arm. Instant best day ever. You gotta entice the fool. Throw in some random teasing and dirty innuendos during your normal conversation. Flaunt the titties with the low-cut v-neck shirt. Wear a necklace so his eyes get drawn to your neck, and as he follows the necklace down, bam, he sees Glenda and Wanda eagerly awaiting him. Speaking as a man who has been flirted with in the past, it's really easy to do, but extremely difficult for you to convince me that you're actually flirting and it's not just me wrongly interpreting any attention from a woman as flirtatious. Same. OP. I'm socially awkward, to say the least. So, how are those balls doing today? Looking a little full down there, boss. Shall we do something about that? It's hard because many guys are so worried about coming off like creeps. As others have already said, even if you detect flirting, you'll quickly rein yourself in and say no, that was just my imagination, and then move on or even get a little distant to prove that you're not a creep thinking about her. Typically, good guys don't want potential partners, male or female, to feel uncomfortable. I'm married now cause my wife was just really forward with me and kept asking to hang out over and over and over again, but she took it slow with me by just meeting for coffee or going to a movie with friends. I like how all the answers here are just be direct. But when people talk about how to flirt with women, it's like playing underwater scuba chess boxing. You smile to them and say hi. I feel like that can be as casual as it is flirting. Just do your best. It goes over our heads anyway. If he is a nice guy and you deadlock his eyes and lick your lips seductively, his immediate impression is, oh, she is role-playing a lizard person. This is great, she is so quirky. You know, instead of realizing you're undressing him with your eyes. We are only difficult because we are dumb AF. Be direct, we're stupid as fuck. If you're asking how to flirt so a guy will pick up on the fact you like him, then the answer is, don't. We are thick. Just say, I like you, think, single entendre.